what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC and another edition of TNFNU Thoughts and Feelings and Updates. It's been kind of a hectic week. I've been getting a lot of things in. If you watched that video, I unboxed those 9 fixed blades, and then the next day I got another fixed blade in. So I have 10 fixed blades on the table here in front of me, along with the 4 rock hoppers that have been finished too. So I have a lot of things going on at one time. And one thing that it made me realize with getting all these other fixed blades in for other makers and I guess some small production companies is I get to compare and contrast other people's work versus my work, and then I get to see what they're doing with their work and how I might be able to take that into some of my work. And it's a very interesting place to be, where I get to look at somebody else's blade that they made and try to see what they did, how they did it, what finish they decided to go with, how did they left it, and just some of the work and craftsmanship that went into it. And a lot of it is amazing to me. Some of it is a lot of production stuff, as far as like some of the handle scales with the milling and that kind of stuff that is done. It's not something that they're hand shaping and doing themselves. They're getting the handle scales made, shipped to them, and they're just screwing them on. They're still making the blade and doing everything that there is with the blade, but a lot of the stuff that what I know about some of these people that make their own knives is they're getting the blanks made, they're cutting the blanks, doing the bevels, and that's about it. And then they're attaching the handles and doing that. And I think, for what I understand, that's what they're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what they're doing. And I'm going to talk about it when I start getting into some of my reviews on some of the knives that I got in. And I'm going to take it slow, and I'm going to do really quick reviews, nothing in-depth. I don't really consider myself a knife reviewer, but I give my thoughts and opinions on some of the knives that I get in. And as someone who makes knives, at least fixed blades, I come at it from a different standpoint, because I can see and I know the work that went into each one of the blades. But it's still been pretty amazing to get something in my shop or in here from a maker who I completely respect. And I follow. Brandon Park on YouTube and on Instagram. This is the Brandon Park Wasp in Nitro V. So in Nitro V with the Ultim scales, and this is kind of what I was talking about. You can see the texturing and everything on the scales. That's not something a maker can do unless they have a milling machine or some kind of way to like get that printed out. So I'm just assuming he has got those put into CAD and they send it to him and he just bolts them on. Maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can correct me. But I like getting a blade like this in that I know he did work on this blade. It's not like he got anything. He's grinding these blades down. He's using cool techniques. He's heat treating all of these himself, and he's making his sheaths. And he is documented doing all of those things, and it's pretty awesome. Same with like Jacob Creates. I got this Jacob Creates little chickadee, and I know he gets a lot of the blades brought in, and then he grinds them and puts the finish on them. I really like that finish that he got. I think this is kind of a, I don't know what you want to call that finish, sandblasted finish, or I don't know. So maybe a little etched finish. But I know these guys are using tools that I don't have, so it's cool to see what they're being able to have. But it's also just really cool to have the opportunity to have knives that I have seen on other channels. This is the Tyler Denny Apprentice that I can completely be in awe of. I mean, that thing is that thing is just so cool, and it's in crew wear. But take something like that in that design and see the things that went into it. That grind angle, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the grind angle follows the angle of this area right here. And the grind angle goes like that. So he was taking that to the grinder and grinding this blade like this, like up in the air to get that angle. That's the only way you're going to get that angle, is you taking that and you're putting it up against the platen on his grinder, and he's going like that. And that's a really, really cool finish on that thing. And it's so thin. You guys know I like little fixies. That thing is like right up my alley. And by the way, I posted a picture on my members channel here on YouTube and on Patreon. And basically it was some of these knives lined up against some of my knives. And I kind of threw out the question, does my knives really belong in this grouping? So I had like this blade, the Jacob Creates, the Knives by Nuge Wicket, which is another really, really amazing blade. Nitro V. I like the blade shape, nice and simple. The handle, nice and comfortable. And I'm going to do reviews, really quick, I guess, speed reviews on all of these knives that I have in. But yeah, but it's like, how does that compare to something like this? Does it compare? Is it a completely different animal? They're both kind of custom knives, but I don't know. But someone asked to see how these two blades compare, and this is my Bloom versus the Wicket. And the Wicket's actually overall a little smaller than the Bloom. And people think that Bloom is too small. But the handle shape on this is really, really good. You could put a lanyard on it for your pinky. Too many sheaths in front of me. The Wicket comes with this leather sheath, which I carried this today. I took a loop and I put it on the leather sheath, and it worked. It's not coming out. It's very stable, so I wasn't concerned about any of that. But it was a cool carry today to carry that with me, and I look forward to carrying this one day, just to have it either in my pocket or on my belt, like I like to carry it. Just a small little EDC fixed blade, because if you're going to call something an EDC fixed blade, everybody has kind of their own opinion on what an EDC fixed blade is. And I've had this argument over and over again. Oh, by the way, let's do size comparison on the Apprentice versus the Bloom. So, you know, that is a much smaller package than the Bloom, but overall might take up about the same length. But that handle, just the way that handle and that where your forward comes all the way up, that you could squeeze your 4 fingers in there, but 3 is a little better. But with just a little small blade, you're probably going to be holding it 3 fingers like this, and then getting your finger on top and doing those little cuts. I don't know. But that, it goes back to what I was saying. What is your EDC? My EDC is something like Bloom. That's my perfect I've designed this for me. That's my perfect EDC size blade. Just like the Chickadee might be your perfect little EDC blade, something you need on an everyday basis. Or somebody might need something like this. This is the Steve Kalari Steadfast. Maybe that's your EDC blade. I don't know. For me personally, that's really big to be an EDC blade. This would be a great camp knife. This would be a great hunting knife. This would be a great outdoorsman knife. But for EDC, I don't know. That's a little bit big. And with the custom, this is not the sheath that comes with it, by the way. This is an Oak City leather supply sheath. But it's a custom sheath for this knife. And, you know, if you're going to talk putting that in your pocket with that little clip, I guess you could put that on your belt too. But that's a big carry. That's a big carry versus, I gotta put the bloom back in the sheath, versus that, where you can just carry that on your belt and I can forget about it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, this is my opinion, that would be a little big for EDC carry. Also, where is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. I have the BGM Spade that came in with that nice Ultim textured handle. I mean, that's getting really close to borderline too big for EDC. For me, it is. Like, I can appreciate this blade, and again, if I was big into camping and outdoorsman, that would be kind of the blade size that I would want. You get stuck in the woods, this thing is going to handle pretty much probably anything you could throw at it. Nice Kydex sheath. I like his little boop. But is it EDC? Is it everyday carry? Or is something like the TKL Piranha more your style of an EDC size blade? For me, that would be a better, small, tight little package to do EDC. Whether you're going to put an ulti clip on it and pocket drop it, put a loop on it and carry it on your belt, I think that is a really cool little EDC sized blade. And again, here, I'll put that up against the bloom. And I'm going to do videos on all these, and I'll have to do size comparisons with the bloom just because. Do I really need the reason? I think you guys know the reason. But I'm really excited because I get the chance to experience blades that I normally wouldn't experience because of you guys. These are all here because one of you wanted to send something in, and that is amazing. I get to now see the Jack Wolf Midnight Jack, their little fixed blade, and I get to handle this. I'm really not interested in buying this knife. It's S9DV, nice milled titanium. It's a really cool knife, but it's really not on my list of things that I would purchase. So for one of you guys to be like, hey, I'm going to send it to you to take a look at, that's amazing. And it's a really good place for me to be. It comes with this nice sheath, and I guess I'm going to play with it. I'm going to pocket drop it one day just to see, just to see what that's like. This has got me, though. Out of all of them, I was excited about the Wasp, the Brandon Park Wasp, the Chickadee. I was excited about all those things. But I didn't think I would be as excited about this as I would be the Steve. I keep messing up his name. This is the Overland Sport, and by Knife Maker Designs, and this thing is really good. Full 4 fingers. That blade isn't too terribly big. It is a bigger package than the Bloom, obviously, but it's right there on the cusp of being too big for EDC for me. And this one has the multi-clip on it, and I'm going to see. I'm going to see how this is. I'm going to put that in my pocket, I think, tomorrow. And I'm going to carry that thing. And I will tell you this. This thing is scary sharp. And I'll show you guys on my review of this thing on how sharp this thing is. That thing is a laser. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic that guy did putting on that edge. Man, that thing is ridiculous. Ridiculously sharp, and is very scary. And then also that came in was the Cheeto Bandito designed Sano. Would you consider that an EDC sized blade? I don't even know what you would consider this. This would be tactical. This would be a hunting knife. I don't know. Fantasy? Maybe a little fantasy, especially with the dual edges. It has this part is sharp and this is sharp, and this is AEB-L, by the way. But geez, that thing, I'm scared what you would do with this. I feel like it's only meant to do one thing, and it's not good. So, but I really enjoy seeing other people's work. I like to see what they've done to the sheaths. I like to see how they've constructed things. The one funny thing that's come in with all of these knives, even something like this, they all have removable hardware handles. All of them. The Jacob Creates has the screw. The Wicked has the screws. Not all of them. I am sorry. The Apprentice has these little screws. The only one that doesn't have the little screws that you can take apart is the Steve Carry. And that is the glued handle together with the nice green and black liners. I don't know what kind of wood that is. It looks like a desert ironwood of some kind, and it's really beautiful. A beautiful wood, and it's really comfortable in the hand. I will give you that. Whew, I can't wait to do reviews on all these guys. But I found it interesting that everybody is doing screws and the removable things. And I like to do the gluing of the pins, and I like to do that. I don't know why. It's just my preference right now. I've done some knives with the screws, and I've never been happy with the hardware I've been able to get or the finish I was able to get on the handles. I am comfortable doing it like the rock choppers here, where I'm gluing them in and I'm getting that nice rounded on the handle so that it fits your hand really well. I'm kind of more accustomed to doing it that way, because when you do it with the screws, then you're going to have a little divot in there. It's not a bad thing. I've done it actually before, but I don't know. Maybe it's something I need to do more of. Maybe it will save more time, which I think sometimes it does, or it gives it just that different look. But what do you guys think? Do you like the handle with the screws and the hardware, or do you like just kind of like the pins and tubes? I don't know. I think it's a complete preference thing, and I really don't think it's really that big of a deal. But some people, it might be a deal breaker. But it's been awesome being able to experience all these knives that I normally wouldn't, and that's because of you guys. So again, I thank you very much for sending this to me, my friend. And if you think you have something that you think I'd be interested in, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know. So, talking about updates, the four G10 rock hoppers are all done. I've been posting videos. I've been posting pictures on Instagram of all those guys, getting you guys really excited about that. The two stainless, I am in the middle of working on their handles. I got the holes drilled. I got one of them acid etched and tumbled, which I'm not going to show you that. Actually, everything's in the shop and it's all taped up and everything else, so there's really nothing to show you. But I am working on the handles as we speak. So that is going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping to have those two done in the next couple days, maybe this weekend. Maybe I'll get them done. That's kind of high hopes, but I might have some extra time to work on it. And I'm hoping that all 6 rock hoppers are hitting the Etsy store hopefully by next weekend. That would be really, really cool to be able to have all of those hit the store and get those sold before the end of the month, because then the last week in August I'm going to be doing the books, which is coming up. Oh boy, wow, yeah, I need to do that very soon, so I got to get that video out to do the books. Then on, oh boy, I need a calendar. Not this coming Saturday. Let's see, today's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Wow, the early September. I'm going to be, not this Saturday, which would be the 24th, but the following Saturday, I'm going to do a live stream of all the 1,500K subscriber giveaway live stream. And I have a ton of stuff. If you guys have seen all the stuff that's come in, I've separated those things out into a couple packages, and there's more stuff coming. So I'm going to do an exclusive members only giveaway, which is going to have a couple knives and a couple other things that were sent in. And then I'm going to have the 3 giant packages of stuff for the 1.5K giveaway. And that will be coming up the first weekend in September. Or a week from this upcoming Saturday. So I don't know what that date is. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I should probably look at the computer here and see. But I got that date coming up. Let's see. I'll give you the date, the actual date I'm going to do it. And I'll post something on here that will tell everybody when that's happening. So the 31st. So September or August 31st, I'm going to be doing a live stream for the 1.5K giveaway. So it's just going to be like Saturday night at like 8 p.m. I'm going to go live, and then we're just going to have some fun. And I'm going to do a couple giveaways, and we're just going to be joking and just having a good old time. So that should be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some new stuff coming in. If you are a member, that information will go out onto member-only content for you guys here on YouTube, and how you can enter that video. So I got to get to work putting that together. Also in today, if you are a member, you got to see the new sticker came in today. The Thorn the Thorn Sticker is now here. Really like the way the Thorn came out, the Thorn Lizard. So the stickers are now here, and they look pretty amazing. So I'm excited about those. I already put mine right there next to the Rockhopper. So I got the Rockhopper Penguin and the Thorn Lizard. And now I got to do shirts, right? I got to make the shirts so that you guys have an opportunity to get shirts. Shirts are still available on my Etsy store and here on YouTube. There's shirts, and then there's also hats available with my logo on it if you're interested. So it's been kind of a crazy week. The Gadsden is also in the works. I'm still waiting for the handle material to come in. I should be getting that in the next couple of days, but I'm trying to get all the Rockhoppers done first. So if I can get all the Rockhoppers done, then hopefully by the end of the month I can get the Gadsden done as well. The handle material still hasn't come in yet, so I'm not in too big of a hurry because there's only so much I can do with that one. But guys, it has been amazing. You guys are so supportive. I'm so lucky to be in this community with you guys, and being able to experience knives that I normally would never be able to get. I just don't have the means. I don't have the connections, I guess, to be able to get this stuff in, but you guys are making it happen. This knife is a huge inspiration to me in my work, especially with that sheath and the loop. It was a huge inspiration to the things that I am doing. And then to take that a step further and to get something like this in, or the Knives by Nuge Wicked, I've been following him. And these are people that I follow, that I'm fans of, and I just can't afford one of their knives, and now I've been able to experience it because of you guys. And that has been amazing. Plus, I get to take it, and then I get to compare it to some of my work, which maybe that's good, maybe that's not good. I don't know. That's up for you guys to decide. But you guys have been very supportive as usual, and I really enjoy everything that's been going on. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, that choice is yours.